All right, so thinking about this idea of accounts, we have, of course, the music Oasis account. And at the moment, it has, of course, links to the financials to Granddad, but eventually that would have to have links to the financials for um, Music Oasis Omni for money and tax purposes. Um, but what you do is, of course, you can create your projects under that account. This is under the personal account. Now, what we need to do is to say, have Music Oasis create the Music Oasis team. And then these projects from the Music Oasis account can be transferred to become a Music Oasis project. And that means that when it's published, it's going to be tied to these financials right here. Now, does that mean that in order for us to collab, we have to basically hand over everything to Music Oasis in the future? No, not really, because here's a kind of a scenario. Um, my account is here, let's say, and I go ahead and create a team called Bristol Springs, for example. Okay, now my account is tied, of course, to my financials. And of course, I have projects. I have individual projects that are just under my account. Now, one of the things I can do again is to transfer that project to Bristol Springs. And again, that means that any financials or publishing that's done is going to be under that. So again, who's the owner? Well, the owner in this case of all of these projects is going to be Ori, which you see. The owner of all these projects here is going to be Music Oasis. But again, what happened? What happens is that, well, there's this project here, right? And we want to have team members. So we can add other folks to the team. So like Ori, Rag, etc. That allows us to work on Music Oasis team projects, which are owned by the Music Oasis account, which are handled by the finances. But the idea is that we want to collab and share in our personal projects, right? Well, the way we do that is that we transfer our project to our team, and then we add team members. So I could add Rag, I could add Granddad, etc. So when you looked in the Bristol Springs team, you would see this project, and you can collab on my project. Just like we go into the Music Oasis team, we can see this project, and we can collab on these projects. And that just keeps things nice and clean, keeps them nice and separate, keeps the accounting where it belongs, keeps ownership in its appropriate places. So if you've got a project that's a personal project, but you would like members of us, Music Oasis, or other people you know to work with you on your project, you add them as team members. If we're working on a project that is not only do we want to collab on, but it's going to be owned by Music Oasis, then we do it here. That's kind of explains the scenario of how things have to work. I did want to discuss, using the same diagram, what we're currently doing. Just like I was creating projects under Ori account, some are creating under Rag's account, other people's accounts. One in this case, like Project X. Okay, my headphones blinking out. Sorry. I create this under Project X under my account. We're currently transferring them to the Music Oasis account. What it means is that's why it's saying you're transferring your rights. Because now Project X would be in the Music Oasis team and would use the financials under Music Oasis. So I wanted to make sure that we kind of had the scenarios complete, and this completes that. So, okay, there you go. Sorry about my headphone popping out.